How are we doing, people? Back again with another film study. But before we get started, standard procedures always, fair use, disclaimer. This video is an educational video, it's protected under the Fair Use Act, and I acknowledge that the original clip, all credit goes to the rightful owners, BT Sport, box office, blah blah blah, who else, you know who you are. So this is going to be just a short film study exploring the Tyson Fury's knockout of Deontay Wilder. And so it's going to be, I think it was a good sequence. It was a good sequence the way things led up to knockout. It's quite dense for, 10, 15 seconds of ring action. So, yeah, we're going to have a little look at it, and it'll probably highlight the, I'm going to say it, the fighting instincts of Tyson Fury. And so, without further ado, let's get into it. So, you can see both men coming towards the ring. They're both squaring up, figuratively squaring up, to have a scrap. So, it looks as if from this perspective that both guys are on the back foot. You can see Deontay Wilder's got his weight primarily over the back foot. Looks like he's going to charge up a big right hand. Tyson Fury kind of looks like he's getting into the back foot as well, but nevertheless, he throws a jab to start the engagement, and that's 1 point to Tyson Fury. But we see that Deontay Wilder responds by using a stiff arm control. Now this is one of Deontay's go-to setups for his big right hand, and everybody here knows that Deontay Wilder is a murderous puncher with the right hand. And whatever you say about his other techniques, he does have he's fairly adept at landing that right hand and setting it up. But we can see here that Tyson Fury, he opts to just mirror Deontay Wilder and use that same tool against him. And so that begs the question, how can Tyson Fury be in front of this murderous right hand puncher for so long? And it's deceptively simple, the answer. Tyson Fury, with this stiff arm control, isn't allowing Deontay Wilder to bring that punch and that weight, that body weight forward. It's as simple as that. And Tyson Fury can stand here for a long time until Deontay Wilder adapts. But does he? Oh, I don't think so. Because we can see that they're stuck in this kind of stalemate for a good couple of seconds. But what does Tyson Fury do? The Gypsy King with all the fighting instinct in the world. He says, this is my chance. How do I get around this stiff arm control? And we can see that he just drifts away from it a little bit to get some space. Still extending his lead hand. This, now it looks as if it's physically over the right glove. So even if Deontay Wilder attempted to get that punch going, it's physically blocked by Tyson Fury's extended lead hand. But we can see that Tyson Fury has a choice of two destinations to throw a right hand. He has the body, he has the head. A lot of people would say, go straight for the head, of course. Yeah, you could understand that. There's, that's a rational idea. But instead, Tyson Fury goes directly to the body. Why? Notice how Deontay Wilder's hand is now stretched even further away from his face than it was before. So Tyson Fury has two targets. Rather than go for the money, go for the gold straight away. Divert the attention to the target that's further away. And what that does, that diverts the attention and the defense further away from the head. So Tyson Fury's landed that right hand to the body. He's now going to control once again, because remember Deontay Wilder can rip that punch forward in a split second. But he goes for it again and times Deontay Wilder. You notice how Deontay Wilder, his arm is now back kind of where it was before, because it's had to travel from beside his waist all the way back up. Whereas if it was there and it stayed there and Tyson Fury attacked the head, maybe, just maybe, Deontay Wilder would have been able to block it. Jeez, try saying that loads of times really fast. And he fails, and Deontay Wilder's head almost gets rocked and sent into Rosette, or Rosie if you're an American. And we can see here that Tyson Fury bodies up straight away. He's got his left glove over Deontay Wilder's face. Not entirely sure that's legal, but hey, it's a rough fight and the referee can't see, eh? And he tries to time him again, kind of bit of a scrappy right hand over that. And now, you can see just through this gap, Tyson Fury now has his left arm above the left arm of Deontay Wilder, and he's able to pry that elbow open. And we can see here that he transitions, brings that left hand up into a block now, and it's now in the same position because Deontay Wilder has attempted a hook. So you can see Tyson Fury's arms are on the inside of Deontay Wilder's arms. In this position, Deontay Wilder has he's in a very disadvantageous position because Tyson Fury, not just because he's the bigger man, but because of his positioning on the inside. Very, very tough for Deontay Wilder to get any kind of meaningful movement in his arms. We can see that Tyson Fury has one glove by Deontay Wilder's neck, controlling his head, and the other one controlling his lead hand. The strain that's going to put on Deontay Wilder's bicep, oh boy, he's going to feel that tomorrow. Well, the morning after. And what he does is he brings that control from the head round, uses it as a left uppercut for Deontay Wilder, and then trying another one with the right hand, but Deontay Wilder now has his arm on the inside of Tyson Fury's. You can see more scrappy stuff. So controlling the arm of Deontay Wilder once again. Deontay Wilder trying to use a rear hand stiff arm, a rear hand control. Tyson Fury combats that by basically sending out a southpaw lead to rearrange Deontay Wilder's face. Comes in again straight away. You notice how both guys start this new mini engagement where Deontay Wilder's looking to time Tyson Fury coming in with a lead hand. Tyson Fury anticipates it and just times him over the top with a 1-2. Doesn't land though, but Tyson Fury doesn't let that stop him. Once again controlling the face, the head of Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's hands are out in no man's land, not with any meaningful control of Tyson Fury though. And then Tyson Fury controls the head, lands it. Looks like that lands maybe, but that would have been a sickening body shot. Tries another one. I'm not sure if it lands. Oh, it does land. And those are hard shots, guys. Imagine having your arms extended out in front of you and someone hitting your body. That's what it is. And we can see here new mini engagement. Deontay Wilder looks to control Tyson Fury with the lead hand. Tyson Fury bodies up, and we're going to see an old school trick here. So notice how he's bodied up. He's got his left shoulder going into the center line of Deontay Wilder. He's going to do the James Toney bump and uppercut. So he bumps Deontay Wilder a little bit. Creates some space now. You see the contact between the shoulder and the chest of Deontay Wilder it's now open. There's no more contact. And what does Tyson Fury do? He takes that space, sickening uppercut. That is a throwback to James Toney. James Toney had that move down. Sometimes you do it with an uppercut, sometimes you do it with a right hand. Tyson Fury's got it in his arsenal as well. A new mini engagement goes exactly the same way. What does Tyson Fury do next? He bodies up with Deontay Wilder again, because look, this is the kind of position where Deontay Wilder could pivot and then slam a right hand into his opponent. But Tyson Fury has the fighting instinct to neutralize Deontay Wilder's weapons, because even though he's in this kind of weird controlled position, he's controlling the offense of Deontay Wilder. And he is using Deontay Wilder's trick before he does, because Deontay Wilder doesn't have the same knowledge of control. Tyson Fury, once again, just pummels him with a right hand, goes straight into the control here, wrestling on the inside once again. Got these big heavy arms on the inside of Deontay Wilder's arms. Another uppercut on the inside. Controlling once again. Bang. Bit of a cuffing shot there. What? I apologise, people. Okay, let's just let it play through. Yeah, there we go. Back where we are. Once again, control the arm, get some space and land the uppercut. Miss with the left hook by a whisker, but then come back. See, this is the kind of place where you like to see Tyson Fury left hook, extend the lead hand, and then throw the right hook. But instead, he opts to throw the right hook and splatters Deontay Wilder. What was that? 20 seconds maybe? But so much technique, so many tactics, all in 20 seconds. And that's what I mean. Fighting instinct, there you go. It works both in offense and defense. This stuff, you need to understand the formula of fighting. You need to understand how fighting works. Controlling your opponent, controlling where they are in a ring, controlling how their body can move. And then from there, you take advantage when they're in a position that's inferior to yours. That's positioning, that's fighting instinct, that's control, that's boxing. Hit and don't get hit. How many times did Tyson Fury get hit? I don't remember him getting hit significantly at all in that sequence. Deontay Wilder, on the other hand, because he has a lesser IQ, because he doesn't understand control, not to the same extent of Tyson Fury, he just has a smaller toolkit, he paid the price and he got beaten up. And, you know, this is why you have to up your boxing IQ. And I hope this video has helped to up your guys' boxing IQ. So let me know what you thought of this. Hopefully it makes perfect sense and it's clear. If not, just let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can clarify some things for you if need be. Guys, we're at 405 subscribers, so we're close to halfway. Remember, it's the road to 1,000, so if you guys can subscribe if you haven't already, if you have subscribed, things like notification bell so you don't miss a video, if you can share the videos. I know some of you guys box, so if you can pass it on to some of your teammates, you know, some of your stable mates, that's good. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, just to get the channel growing. We're on our way, and I appreciate all of you. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.